Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville 2 YouTube channel. For this video, we're going to change out the rear coil springs in the 66 Caprice. Be about the same process for Impala, Caprice, Biscayne, any full-size Chevy for a number of years in the 60s. Has a 8.2 rear end in it. And if you can see how it's sitting, I want it to sit a little higher in the back. I know it's kind of hard to tell. I can't get far enough back for you to really get a real good look, but right now with the springs it has in it, I also have air shocks, and there's about 100 pounds of pressure in those air shocks right now, and that's still how we're sitting. I'd like the back end up a little higher, and I also don't want that stiff pow 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 ride of having all that air in the air shock. So I'm going to show you how to change these things out. They're actually not too difficult, and I'll put a link down below to the ones I bought. So those new ones are Moog springs, and they're actually for the station wagon version of the car. So it's supposed to sit a little bit higher. And we'll see how we like it in the end. So as I mentioned, it's about 100 pounds of pressure in those shocks right now. So I want to let the air out so you get an idea of what that looks like without the air holding up the ass end of this thing. So that's where we're at without the air. Let's get these springs out, see what it takes and what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so we got jack stands under the frame on both sides, got the wheels off. Then we're putting the jack underneath the pumpkin. We're going to lift it just a little bit because we need to take the bottom bolts on each of the shocks off. And then next we'll take that bolt off of the track bar, or whatever you call it, right there. Alright, let's get the bottom bolts off. Easy as that. Do the same thing to the other side. Now you'll notice I had to play with this one a little bit because there was pressure on the bottom part of the rubber bushing for the shock. So I had to lift the rear end up a little bit to get this bolt more centered so the pressure was off of it. Now, just pops right off. Now we're going to take off that track bar, or pan-hard bar, whatever you call it. So you can see it bolts to the rear end, and it bolts over there. Now, once we get that off, we're going to lower the jack. But watch your brake lines. You got the metal line connecting the drums, and you got the flex line. You don't want to damage that, so keep an eye on it when you lower the rear end. And that's off. Alright, time to lower her down. So I think at this point the only thing we're hung up on is the angle of this thing coming down and the spring up in the tower. I'm going to take off the bolt down here at the bottom. See what she does. Alright, got this bottom bolt off. Spring did budge just a little bit. Sorry, I forgot to hit the record button on that one. There we go. So you got your bolt, little cup. These things are impossible to find. Impossible. Do what you can to preserve yours. And there's also this plate underneath. And then we just let the spring fall out. Pretty simple, eh? Let's do the other side. Hopefully remember to record this side for you guys. There we go. That's how you do it. And the spring. Let's compare these to the new ones, just for the giggles. You can see the new one on the left definitely got a tighter wind and spreads out. It's variable, but looks like it should fit anyway. Now what I'm going to do real quick, well, it won't be real quick, but it'll be real quick for you guys. I'm going to throw this in some Evapo Rust, let it sit overnight, and then give them a coat of paint. Alright, so here's Evapo Rust. I've never seen it before. Just going to drop this stuff in. You guys see how rusty it was? You saw how much it was. I just rinsed them off to get the dirt, big chunks off. We're going to let this sit overnight. I'm going to try and get new bolts because these ones are shot, but we'll throw them in there anyway. Not going to hurt. And you can reuse this stuff. You just keep using it until it doesn't work anymore. I'll put a link down below to this too if you want to give it a shot, but it's pretty amazing stuff, really. Of course, it's raining out my pieces. Didn't sand them, just use the Evapo Rust. Look good to me. So you see the end piece, the last coil, ends right there, which is lining up with this bolt right here, basically. Alright, there she is with the new springs, no air in the shocks. I'll try and show you a little side by side or something of what it looked like before without air in the shocks, what it looks like now without air. Then let's put some air in the shocks and compare those also. Alright, and that's with about 90 pounds of pressure. And really, if I was looking at it correctly, it seems like after about 50 psi, it wasn't raising up anymore. So we could probably lower it back down and get a little bit better ride, maybe a little less stiff if we bring it back down to around 50. So there you have it, guys. The old Caprice with the new coil springs. These were the wagon springs, much heavier duty. You can see how much thicker the new coils were compared to the old. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'll see you guys next time.